everyone. Um, I just wanted to talk a little bit today about my testimony and um, whether you know me really well or we're acquaintances or friends from high school or college or just met in the recent months. Um, I just kind of want to share a little bit about my story, particularly the past 9 years. Um, and how much my life has changed drastically. And I've always said to myself that I'm a lifelong learner, and I value education, and I value life experiences and learning from them, not only for myself but to inspire and to help those around me. So I don't know if you know, but about 9 years ago, I was a newlywed and had found out I was pregnant with my son. At the time that we found out that we were pregnant, I had no job, I had no health insurance, and I had no home to live in. We were in another state I was with my ex-husband, and we were going through a really difficult time in our marriage. He was unfaithful to me, and at the time, I really felt like I needed to make it work. It wasn't a relationship where it's just like, oh, you cheated, like I'm gonna leave you. We were married, and to me, marriage is valuable. It's important, and so I saw it as a sign, as a way to work through things, and so I continued to work on our relationship, and it just didn't end up working out. And then when I was pregnant, I felt so depressed. I had nothing, literally. I was by myself, and I just didn't know who I was anymore. So I was 25 when I was divorced, and I was a single mom. And at that time, people that my friends from high school, they were just getting married or they were just starting to have kids and grow their family, and it was a very hard time for me to kind of be like, wow, I'm this scarlet letter of the group, just over here, divorced and single mom, and just kind of put myself down about it. But um, the whole reason why I was in a place that I was is because I chose to um, fight for my son. I chose to fight for our lives because I knew that there was more in store for us. And I'm very grateful to my parents who helped and stepped in. Um, they've really done a lot for me, and that's just God's grace and God's love um, shown through them to me. And so I chose to stay on the path that I was on with my son, and get through that time. I lost a lot of friends. Um, Basically, just had no one really, but my son and my parents and my family, and a few close friends that really supported me. So um, I've always been somebody who loves people, and most of you know I'm a teacher. I teach dance. High school kids. I coach dance. I coach cheer. Um, I've coached at a studio. So kids, as young as 5 years old, they're looking to me to teach them, to challenge them, to motivate them, to inspire them. Um, in all walks of life, I've encountered people not only give me that motivation, but I hope to inspire as well. So it's been a very challenging yet rewarding almost decade, and I'm just really grateful for all the blessings that God has provided to me. and the situations that he's removed me from, even when I was kicking and screaming the whole way, the doors that he's closed on my life and the ones that he's opened. But one thing that I really did suffer in all of that was my health. And I gained a lot of weight. Um, I weighed the most I'd ever been at my best friend's wedding. I was a maid of honor, and I look at pictures now, and I'm just like, man, I can't even believe that's me. How did I let it get that far? So I thought of every excuse. I work 3 jobs. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have any money to eat healthy. Um, you know, I got this going on and that going on. There's just so many excuses. And then finally, I just was fed up. I was like, you know what? This doesn't make any sense. Why would you sacrifice your health um, and leave potentially the opportunity for you to leave this earth early um, just because you have excuses? And so I got up and I went to the gym for 20 minutes, and that was it. And then the next day I did the same thing, and then the next day, and then I was drinking a gallon of water, and I added small things here and there. Um, Realized that my body just doesn't take to dairy. Um, get very bloated and things like that. Was staying away from carbs and things like that. But in the end, the exercise really got me started, to the point where I was going every day, almost twice a day. And so I ended up losing 80 pounds last year. And it was right around the time when I got my diagnosis of melanoma that I weighed the lowest I'd ever weighed. I was really skinny. For me, I was really skinny. And I still wasn't feeling like happy. And when I got my melanoma diagnosis, I was even more scared. I was like, okay, life's just way too short. I'm working too much. I'm focusing too much on being skinny rather than healthy. Um, and it all goes back to those people that really matter the most to me. I didn't want to lose my life before, Alex had a chance to grow up. I didn't want to leave myself or let myself get to a place where, my friends, my students, my coworkers, and everyone just, didn't know me anymore. Like I wasn't that person. Um, so I had my melanoma surgery. They removed it. They removed the cancer. And I said, you know what? Life is too short to not make the most of it. And at the time, I was in a long distance relationship. And so I really just kind of soul searched, and I said, do I want to be this person that works too much, who misses out on their kids' lives, and being selfish for myself? Or do I want to be, you know, do I want to be with somebody and grow a family? And do I want to have those opportunities? And do I want to be there to take my son to his soccer games and his soccer practices? And, um, those types of things. My perspective changed. And so I made the decision to move away from my family in San Diego and pursue my relationship in Phoenix. And, it's been not what I expected. It's been a hard adjustment living with somebody. I've been used to living by myself and making all my own rules. Relying on somebody else, working, communicating, those types of things. being away from my parents, that's been a really hard struggle for me and my son. He misses them all the time. But you hear and you read and you talk to people, and you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your life. It's not about anybody else's life. And San Diego's only 5 hours away, so it's not like we can't go and visit. I left a really great jobs, a lot of students that I love and care about, a lot of families I love and care about, but I'm still able to keep in contact with them and visit them. And their lives are changing too, so it's really encouraging to see that, and to see that I can still be involved in their lives. But this year's struggle has brought a lot on me as well. A lot of anxiety that I didn't know I had has surfaced. I think the insecurities of not having my parents as my comfort blanket, or my home that I've lived in for over 30 years in San Diego, and my friends and all my comforts that I established. I think that was where all my anxiety came in, and has taken a real heavy toll on me. So again, taking a step back and thinking, what am I here for? I'm here for other people. I'm here for you, whoever's watching this, to be somebody who can say you can do whatever you want if you put your mind to it. If you want to lose 80 pounds, you can do it. If your husband is cheating on you and you get a divorce and you're a single mom, you can do it. If you're unhappy in your career, or if you know that there's just an opportunity in another state or somewhere else, you can do it too. You can move, you can research, you can do whatever you want. And I think my latest journey with my Arbonne business has been me really just focusing on how I can help other people. And yeah, there's different ways, there's different systems, but it's really, again, who I am. I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor. And how do I do that? It's by me learning it, me doing it, and then me helping you understand and do it too. Everyone's body is different, everyone's schedule is different, but if I can give you some type of advice or some type of outlook in a different perspective, then I feel like, my purpose has been accomplished. So again, I'm here to serve God's people, and I'm willing and able to do whatever I need to do, because I have not felt this much joy. This past month, I've felt so much joy. I felt so much more purposeful than I have in a really long time, and I think that's because, again, I'm here for you. I'm here for people. So I love you all, and I hope that you could get some inspiration from this and feel like you can come and reach out to me. I know that life gets crazy, and life is not always rainbows and butterflies, but I have no judgment. I've been through, I think, everything that you could possibly be through, and I still am here. I'm still pushing through, and I'm still happy. So cheers to you, and I hope to hear from you.